Greetings, YouTube. Last night around 5:15 p.m., the smoke alarms in my building went off. I could find no form of ignition or smoke. I could not shut off the smoke alarms with the circuit breaker that controls the smoke alarms in my building. Not a real surprise, seeing that they are all equipped with battery backups and they are all wired to the same system, so they're all linked together. I was unable to contact the non-emergency branch of the fire department. I was unable to get any ideas from my wife, who I called outside because I basically couldn't hear inside the building. So I ended up calling 911. The firemen came. I had 4 officers trouncing around inside my building, trying to figure out why my smoke alarms were going off. Fortunately, they also agreed that there was no source of ignition or smoke. One of them eventually figured out that a smoke detector in the first floor office was the culprit. Took it out of the system and the alarm shut down. The alarms knew. I put it in last summer. I had to upgrade to detectors that cover not only smoke but carbon monoxide. So I still haven't put that one back in. The apartment still has 2 smoke detectors in it, so we're still safe. And no one stays in that room. It's just an office, so it doesn't violate the law. So I haven't figured out how I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen again. Some of you may know from past videos that I have been a survivor of a fire in the past. I lived at an apartment years ago in another part of the city, and that had a fire that started in the front portion of the building and moved through the front section and then eventually started to move into the section of the building where I lived. Fortunately, they stopped the fire before it actually got into my apartment, but it was full of smoke. And even more unfortunately, one of the tenants in the building died. He was intoxicated and hid in a closet instead of going out the window. In addition, the intoxicated state that he and his spouse were in are the reason that the building was burned down. In addition to the death, we also had a fireman who was on the front of the building trying to decide what they should be doing about the porch because it was on fire when the entire edifice collapsed on top of him, breaking both of his legs. In fact, the fireman I spoke to last night remembered the fire. Not personally, but that kind of thing sticks with a department. And then the combination of having alarms going off in my building for almost a half hour and having firemen trops through my house with their full turnout gear on, fire extinguishers, full tanks, helmets, pry bars, the whole 9 yards, triggered a full-blown anxiety attack inside my head. Because I've been through this before. I know what it's like. And it was very unpleasant. So I did not go to work last night. My system began to crash. I had a headache. My stomach went sour. I essentially felt a lot like you do after giving blood or having suffered an injury. My body reacted in a very visceral manner. And this may mean I am slightly off kilter for the next few days, so I hope that you will forgive me. I just thought I want to tell you what's going on, and in case people wonder, why is he acting slightly odd? He's acting slightly odd because he's been exposed to something that he would much rather not to have been exposed to. And at the moment, however, I'm sitting up and I'm trying to relax, cruising on the computer, and I have a cat on my shoulder who is purring consistently into my ear. And I don't know if she's here because she's cool. It's cool. It's 68 degrees in here. I have the windows open. Or she's here because she knows that I need some contact. Sometimes cats can tell these things. Well, animals in general. Sometimes they can tell them better than people. So I hope that all of you folks are well and all of your homes are safe. And I hope that none of you have ever had to live through a fire because it isn't something that you want to do. So I hope you all have a good weekend, and I hope that tomorrow I am a little bit more back to normal.